Hey everybody, welcome back subscribers, welcome new viewers, please become a subscriber, that would be super awesome. Merry Christmas bonus video here. You know what, to be honest, I have been so excited about this topic, I couldn't wait to get it out. I also have an Instagram post to go with it, but that's not gonna come out till Thursday. So, Merry Christmas for anyone who celebrates Christmas Eve. Um, I told you I make videos like pertaining to whatever's going on in my life, and this 100% happens to me, and it literally just happened to me. So I started looking into it because I remember something I read, and anyway, that opened up the door to this video. Today I'm speaking about black and white thinking. It's actually called dualistic thinking. So this is a result of CPTSD. This is when you have a narcissistic parent, when you're raised in a toxic environment. It's a maladaptive coping mechanism. Like, I say this all the time, early childhood development is a critical, crucial time in developing our senses of self and how we interact with the rest of the world. When you come from a toxic environment, non-nurturing, unsupportive, unloving, your core coping mechanisms, your core self-esteem, all of that is compromised because no one screws us up like our parents do. So I'm so excited about this. So basically, here's my example. So the other night, it doesn't happen often, but my husband and I were kind of at odds about something. And, it was insignificant. But I go to like worst case scenario. I start thinking like the worst, like, oh my God, he doesn't love me, yada yada. You get the idea. So that's black and white thinking. That's like everything turns into a catastrophe. Like little hiccups that can be easily navigated or worked through, you automatically assume the worst. And this is because we were raised with horrible oppression, with like terrible constraints put on us and terrible unrealistic expectations as well. So let's see. So I read in the Pete Walker book about this originally, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've said this before as well. Like, a lot of the elements to my personality, probably to yours as well, are direct results of having been raised in a toxic environment, of having CPTSD, complex post traumatic stress disorder. For example, I'm a perfectionist. I always try to make everything perfect or as good as I can get it, whatever. That's a result of complex post traumatic stress disorder. So this is no exception. Black and white thinking. And the origin of it is from the relentless inner critic, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. It's that part of yourself that's constantly, questioning your choices, what you're doing, your character. That is absolutely a result of your toxic parents, your toxic upbringing. So, the black and white, all or nothing thinking is a result of the inner critic being magnified, essentially. There's reasons for the black and white thinking, and it's also a common cause. This is so messed up. This is why, like, when people seek out therapy or counseling to overcome this trauma from childhood because of our parents, it's them, it's not us. People often get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder because you're so erratic. You have these extreme ends of like the way that you think. You see things black or white, all good or all bad. It's like a polarized reaction to things. So it's a common cause for people to be misdiagnosed as having borderline personality disorders, when in actuality, probably our parents were the ones with borderline as well. In addition to being narcissists, as if that wasn't bad enough. I used to say this all the time about my narcissistic mother. She's probably borderline. She's probably histrionic as well. Like all of her reactions, like everything was just over the top, like excessive. Like, she has to carry on about everything because she always needs to garnish attention for herself. Gino, that's my dog. It's crazy. Like I said, it's not like a nice quiet day where I can make a video. Everybody's home. It's Christmas craziness, but I'm doing this because this means so much to me, this topic, and I really hope it benefits you also. So, a short-term benefit to this black and white dualistic thinking is that it creates an artificial sense of control, security, and safety by eliminating options and accepting the worst case scenario instead of hoping for something else. So it avoids letdowns and surprises. So if instead of hoping for a better outcome, or instead of thinking positively and being let down or being hurt, you just prepare yourself to be let down. It's so much easier, right? So that's what we do. The origin of this behavior is that it is a maladaptive coping mechanism seen in people who have spent extended periods of their lives unable to control their circumstances. This is our scenario. In childhood, we had no control over what was going on around us or our toxic environments. So this is our effort to do whatever we can to, minimize our disappointments and factors that we cannot control around us. We can't control what's going to happen, but we can prepare ourselves for the worst, right? We can brace ourselves. The long-term consequences of this kind of thinking are strong insecurities, people that need constant reassurance, and they also will miss opportunities. People that think this way are less likely to take chances or take advantage of opportunities. They have a narrow scope, they have an inability to sit with uncertainty, and they have habitual assumptions of worst case scenarios. An inability to tolerate our own mistakes without deciding we're total failures. So, and also dualistic thinking can single-handedly cause emotional flashbacks, which sucks. Like, I'm still struggling with that. And emotional flashbacks, I'll do a video on this as well. But emotional flashbacks, for me, it manifests physically, and I had no idea. Like when I used to know that I was going to see these people, the toxic duo, my whole body would just shut down, be overcome with exhaustion and fatigue. That's an emotional flashback. Like, it doesn't have a visual component. That's what differentiates complex post-traumatic stress disorder from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Complex is like, there's no visual component. It's just feelings and emotions that get you. We already... So what we're doing is we're bracing ourselves for disappointment because that's the environment that we were raised in, toxic. So as adults later in life, we develop this black or white thinking. Like, I have done this numerous times. Like, when you meet people, say you either love someone, you like them so much, they're going to be like your best friend, or you hate them and you denounce them immediately. No place in your life, like, they're done. Like, that's it. It's easier to do that. I get it. I'm like learning this about myself, and it feels really good to work through it once you can, get your head around it and figure out where it came from. We can fix it. So, this is another origin. It says the child is forced to overdevelop a critic. That's where this comes from. That hyper focuses on what is dangerously imperfect in yourself as well as other people. And years of this training habituates the child into only seeing themselves and other people in a negative light. When they grow up in their harmful family, they fail to see that life offers other opportunities and possibilities. They remain developmentally arrested, which is us. We're developmentally arrested, but not for long because we're fixing it. But this is a result of being raised by toxic parents, narcissistic parents. They're the worst. Dualistic thinking. I do this all the time, you guys. And if you do, now you know why. And we can fix it. We were trained to see things negatively. I mean, it started with our self-perceptions. We were bad. We were always bad. Everything we do is bad. Everything around us is bad. It's bad. That's another thing. Narcissistic people have a horrible perspective on life. Like, everything, external locus of control, everything is everyone's fault. Everyone's out to get them. Everything is negative. So they project that onto us. We absorb it as children. And, because it's inflicted on us in our developmental years, it becomes a part of our, just core reactions to things. It sucks, but we can fix it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make a concerted effort. And you know what's so awesome? It's like when you can identify it, you can move past it. Like when I was having my little altercation with my husband, I started to go there and I was like, stop, man. Like, just stop doing this. Like, it's like self-sabotaging. It's like you just get you defeat yourself before you even have a chance to reconcile or fix things. So it's made a big difference for me the other night. I was super excited about it. Super excited to share it with you guys. Black and white thinking. It's dualistic thinking. Often misdiagnosed for borderline personality. It's not. It's a result of our toxic upbringings, our evil, narky parents. So, Merry Christmas if you guys celebrate. I will be back soon. And look for my post in regard to this later. And I'm going to do it on Thursday, I think. But we're bumped and we're bruised. But more than anything, we're blessed because we're finding each other. We're educating ourselves. And we're overcoming this wicked abuse. And we're better people for it. So God bless you guys. Thanks for watching.